Matt Hardy, Dave, made some recent news because why, Dave?
Because he left WWE.
Oh, wrong one, wrong visual. Shit. He signed with AEW. It was made official this past weekend that he has signed
Brody's podcast
with AEW. He was on the Chris Jericho podcast this past week as well. And he had some interesting things to say about him in the WWE. I have clips from it. So let's check out both of them. Who are the Street Profits losing to at WrestleMania? They might not even be on the damn card.
Enjoyed the stuff that I did do as Woken Matt, and just the fact that I was able to convince Vince and company to do that ultimate deletion and have that fight with Bray. It wasn't all that I wanted it to be, but I am very proud that got accomplished.
It was done on the Hardy compound.
It was done on the Hardy compound.
Shown as a short film.
It had House Hardy. It had Vanguard 1 in it, and we did some cool stuff. It did great. It like trended worldwide for 4 hours afterwards. In the big scheme of business, that doesn't mean anything, but it means that people did enjoy it, and they were talking about it. So it was very productive, and I feel like we could have done so much more there. But once again, Vince's world.
But did Vince appreciate what you had done?
He didn't understand it.
Even when
he was supposed to watch it earlier to clear it because it was going to go on last on Raw, and it did go on last on Raw.
It went on last. Wow.
It went on last. But he watched it in the production meeting, and a few people in there had watched it already. But after it was over and ended, everybody clapped and stood up, and he was just kind of looking around, and he told a couple people, I don't get it.
Yeah.
I don't get it. Yeah. I mean, if it does good, if it does a number, then I'm truly out of touch. I think he said that. It kept the audience over 3 million viewers, which was cool.
Yeah. They would love that now.
Right?
Nobody gets 3 million viewers now.
So it did okay.
He said, if this does good views, then I'm out of touch. Well, he had some more to say about his run in the WWE. Here's another one. It's a little bit of a longer clip.
We just could not get those vignettes approved, and I feel like it's one of those things, if Vince can't be there and be in control of it, then he doesn't trust anyone to do it.
Well, it's also a lot of it too, and we all know this. If it's not Vince's idea, Vince's character, it's really hard to convince him of it, and he's going to have to put his spin on it. And not half it. The majority of the reason why it worked is it comes completely from your mind,
right?
And you are getting it.
He would own whatever it was, Woken Matt Hardy, but it was just so watered down from what we were doing originally, and I don't think he understood the concept of it. I mean, I think one of the things that was so beloved by Broken Matt is he would wink at the audience and kind of break the fourth wall and say jokes that would make the smart fans, the diehard fan base pop, and I don't think Vince totally understood that, and I don't think he got it, and I don't think he would even want to play to those people as well. So that was one of the things that was really missing. And there was a point where I did the Broken Matt Hardy laugh, and then Bray had laughed too, and when Vince heard the laughs together, he's like, oh, this is funny shit. Let's roll with this. And then it was every week it was laughing at the end over and over to overkill. And I was like, oh, come on, this became a rib, And that's why even when I made this thing in it, and I feel like if Triple H would have been the guy that was solely in power, I would have probably had a much better opportunity of kind of getting to do what I wanted creatively. Mm-hmm. But it is what it is. But it means that people did enjoy it, and they were talking about it.
What are your thoughts on there, Dave? Where he says, if Triple H was in charge over Vince McMahon, that things would have went differently for Matt Hardy. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I think everyone believes that. Some people wish Vince to get ill and get sick and go away, and where he can die so that Triple H can take over and run stuff, because people have always enjoyed NXT over the current product. We've even said that NXT before it went live against AEW, that people enjoy NXT more than the current stuff that's going on, because Vince is so set in his old school ways of doing old school Booker stuff that worked 30, 40 years ago that might not work so well with today's wrestling fans, which all they want is flippity-floppity shit today. If you don't do flippity-floppity shit, it's not going to get over.
I don't.
But I agree.
I don't think it's that. I think it's more Vince McMahon doesn't one of it is obviously when Vince McMahon doesn't create something of his own, that he's not going to help promote it more, and that's an obvious. But the second thing is, I just don't think he got that gimmick of Matt Hardy. I don't think he felt like it was something
Yeah, he
that
does. He's
was
setting
going
his
to be
way.
popular. And Vince is so fucking hard headed that if he thinks it's not going to work, it's not going to work. Even if he gets proof that it's working, in his mind, he'll find a way to ruin it. And like Matt Hardy said, he enjoyed the laugh. So that way he loved it so much, then it was an overkill of it that they always had to laugh. And I never even noticed that, but it sucks because when the Hardy Boys debuted on WrestleMania, the pop for them was just unreal. And then when you finally got Matt Hardy finally changing to what we all know of as a Woken Matt Hardy, we thought maybe we had something here. And for a little bit, they were doing stuff with him. And then all of a sudden, they made it a fucking joke. They just killed it off. And it's just a shame.
People said they hate the laugh, but how did they end AEW this week with Matt Hardy laughing?
No, not people. Vince loved the laugh to where he made it an overkill.
I know, but people are saying, like, he even said just a laugh. I hated it because they do it over. But how did they end AEW with the laugh?
It's different though. I feel like it's not. It was more Matt Hardy doing this stuff, not him laughing. It's just more of him being himself. You know, he wasn't able to be himself in the WWE or be that character.
What did he think was going to happen when he went back? That everything was going to be changed? He could do whatever he wants?
I think he thought it would be a little bit. I think he thought Vince McMahon was seeing his work of what he was doing in TNA or Impact.
He doesn't watch TNA or Impact.
Well, maybe he heard, maybe some people got in his ear. I don't know. It felt like they had something going, and then Vince had to ruin it. WWE Mark's getting bent out of shape when just a month ago they were loving his last spots with Orton on Raw. God forbid he leave and spends his last years being his own man, says Ian Dunn. This isn't news. Moxley said the same stuff, but he's a WWE reject now, right? Says Ian Dunn. Dave, we all know that we like people who are entertaining, just like we hate those who aren't entertaining, like HBK and Rollins.
Yeah, Rollins definitely ain't entertaining.
Too bad Rollins couldn't lace HBK's boots. Vince doesn't understand the language of the broken universe, said Bobarewski. It's true. Hunter is more imaginative and in touch with today's guys than Vince is, says Steven2411. Matt is trying to milk a dry cow. This Woken thing has run its course, says Truth and Loyalty. Red Sox fan says that gimmick can be serious and funny at the same time. It's all Triple H. Hunter was one who called Matt back, said Bobarewski, because Vince only saw the laugh and not the broken character. Also,
Vince didn't want that. Look, Vince isn't going to be for that type of stuff. They even tried to rip it off a while back, years before Matt came back, with the Wyatts and the New Day. They tried to copy it and see what they could do with it because it was creating buzz. So they tried to do it and it didn't work. Look, it wasn't Vince's idea to do that. I guarantee it was someone else's. But look, that's not what Vince sees, and it's his company. He can do what he wants. I mean, they're not going to change how Vince sees stuff and how Vince thinks something should go. We hear stories all year, this past year, the whole year. Oh, an hour before SmackDown, Vince rips up all the scripts because he doesn't like anything. That's Vince McMahon. That's the way of working with Vince. He could change everything on a dime and not like anything. Just rewrite the whole show.
Ooh.
And it's done. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. I found this other comment that Matt Hardy said. He was on the podcast and asked why he didn't resign. He said his latest contract with the company expired. Hardy also noted that WWE offered him a lot of money to stay, but it all came down to what he wanted to do. He wished WWE would have allowed him to use his creativity. Matt Hardy's in-ring career is coming to a close, and it's obvious that working for AEW, he might be able to do what he wants and have creative control. He also said, I just think I got to the point where WWE has so many talents under contract. And the reason they have all these talents under contract is because they don't want anyone else having people that can move the needle or make a difference or cut in their business. So trying to scoop them all up, trying to scoop up all the talent across the globe as far as monopolizing the business. To me, I could have stayed in the WWE. They tried very hard to sign me. They offered me very good money, but I know my role would have been minimized. For me, more important than money right now was to totally utilize my creativity. And for these last 3 to 4 years that I'll be able to do this. I want to enjoy it. I want to be driven and fueled by the passion I have for this. I want to be creative, and I want to have fun. At WWE, a lot of times they suck the fun out of things because it becomes such a business, and you become a cog in the machine. To me, it wasn't about being a cog in the machine and making X amount of dollars. To me, it was about enjoying what I was doing and really enjoying every single second I have left of doing this. And AEW just turned out to be in the best case scenario for me. So there you go. Pretty interesting words from Matt Hardy there. Vince wants poopy back shaving jokes, like when Tony talks about HBK or the street. Man, fuck off. Can someone remind me a good shoot that Vince made? Says Norton. What do you mean by that, Norton? But yeah, interesting words from Matt Hardy. It's easy for him to say that though, because he's made a lot of money throughout the years of his wrestling career. It's not everybody can just jump up and leave like Matt Hardy did. So, but
well, they can if they want to.
Yeah, but they'll be sitting out forever. You know, he let his contract ride out the right way and was able to leave without any troubles, obviously.
Just like Ambrose, or back then Ambrose did. He worked all the way to the last day, and then his contract expired. So yeah.